everyone, welcome to Toy Break. I'm Aileen.
I'm George.
I'm Aileen's mom, Janis.
Oh, I thought you didn't even have a name, just Aileen's mom.
Hi, welcome
to the couch, Mom.
Some people know me as many things, some
You
are
finally
not.
made it. You arrived.
They all know me in person, not from this.
It is pretty funny at conventions when people are like, hey, Aileen's mom.
Which is
It's
exactly
amazing.
what happened on the way in.
Yep. All right, so what are you watching? Good question. You're watching Toy Break. What is Toy Break? Second good question you've asked. I'm so impressed with your aptitude. Toy Break is your video online show talking all about designer toys, action figures, mass market things, plush, conventions, vintage, whatever we can bring you in the wonderful world of toys. That's what we aim to do. Wonderful world. So
Technically, it's your show. Not their show.
it's our show.
To make
the
it the
royal
world.
we. So let's get right into it. We have a couple things to talk about, and then I have my mom here for a very special topic that I thought would be kind of fun to discuss.
Special.
So first, I need to thank George because he found me something that I've been looking for a while.
It's funny because I've never seen it in a store.
Where'd you find it?
It was at Target one time,
Oh.
but I've never seen it again. It was the only one I've seen. It was pretty bizarre. Like, I don't know why that one was hard to find.
It's super weird. So we're talking about the Star Wars Hot Wheels cars. This is the Wicket one, of course. I have a thing for Ewoks, in case you didn't know.
Oh, no.
But they had a different version, and we found that one. But we found several of the other one, remember?
That one was that was the Star Wars, or that was the Disneyland one, or the Disney World one. Disney,
Yes.
like the
No,
one that's
you're
at
right.
the parks. They
Yes.
have that one all the time. This is the one, the Hot Wheels version that they only sell.
I've
outside
still
of
never seen it in
parks.
a store.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It was at Target one time.
Well, thank you for finding it.
Sure.
I enjoy it. I'm gonna leave it on the package only because I kind of like this
I-
Wicket.
Well, I think you
I
have
like the
one out of
card.
package already too.
I think I do have this one, but look at the Wicket. He's so freaking like evil.
He's angry. He's that's a wicked on the
He's
heart.
kind
Because
of
I
an
think you
evil
actually reverted to eBay because you couldn't find one.
Yeah.
So you got an open one on eBay, but then we figured if we ever saw one, 99 cents.
Sometimes you need an Ewok Hot Wheels.
I'm currently looking for the Beatles because they did a yellow submarine out of, remember the bumper car I collected a bunch
Oh
of?
yeah. Oh yeah.
They have a yellow submarine bumper car.
Really?
But
Oh.
I've only seen it on Instagram. I have not seen it in a store yet.
Okay, so if I see that,
I'll keep an eye out for that.
if you
Yeah.
see that,
And
Yellow
from what I
submarine
could tell
bumper.
online, it's 99 cents. It's regular Hot Wheels price.
Wow.
I just have not been able to find one yet. And people at the store, I pull up the Instagram picture because I screen grabbed it and I show people.
do you try?
And they're like, no, I've never seen that.
Do you try the offbeat ones? Because I know the normal Target and the normal Toys R Us around here are pretty well picked over
Yeah.
for Hot Wheels.
I haven't been to any other stores yet since I've been looking. But
If you happen to
I'm
drive
looking.
by or leave the area, I think it might be worth checking.
True.
Another store. Hot Wheels guys, man.
They pick it over.
Hot Wheels
Oh,
guys.
methodically pick it over. Yeah.
All right, so, Mom,
Yes.
you have done many odd and interesting things and jobs over the course of your life.
I have.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you do now?
I
in
am.
general?
In general, I am currently an antiques dealer and vintage dealer. I sell on many venues, social and otherwise: Etsy, eBay, Facebook vintage boards, Craigslist, Curbed.
In person.
In person. All
Can't
all
forget
of,
the in-person part.
in person. All of these things. Yeah, it's interesting. All kinds of things. Automotive, Petrolina, toys, art,
Petrolina.
all kinds of things.
Stickers.
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 That's Petrolina.
That's
Those
Petrolina?
are car related.
Ah,
Those are hot rod stickers.
that's what Petrolina means?
Yes.
Is that like Disney?
Related to petrol. Yes, it's exactly like that. Or Kitchenalia.
All these words.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
All right,
And there's a
so-
niche for every one of
Toyphilia?
them. Oh no, I think that's another thing.
that's
That's
different.
not a
I don't
no.
think
That's
so.
not the right.
No,
I think I
not
turned
the
it.
topic this show. We do not want to
Annas-
talk about that.
Annas and Obelias are fine. Philias, no.
Toyana.
Yeah, that's
Toyana?
okay.
Toyana.
I think there's
Toyana.
I think there's a
Sounds
show in
fancy.
Indiana called that. In fact, so
All right.
yeah, it's okay.
So you deal with a lot of different types of things, but you do also have quite an interest in toys and
I
deal with a lot of
do.
toys, both new and old.
I do.
I happen to know, I've heard, I have
You've
a guy.
heard.
One of the things you do is sometimes help out friends or people you know with, kind of taking some of their old stuff and helping them.
On consignment,
So.
very, very rarely, extremely rarely.
So don't contact her.
So, exactly.
That's what we're saying.
That's what I'm trying to get across. Extremely rarely. It's a friends and family kind of thing. So good friends and family I like. Let me
getting a
start
smaller-
It's
qualifying.
getting really qualified.
narrow this
Let's just say you
further.
don't
Like
do
two
this.
people.
Yeah, let's just say that.
Let's just say you don't do
So
that.
yes, I do that.
So occasionally you
Toys,
take things that you
things-
didn't necessarily.
Things that are not
Buy to
necessarily
resell.
vintage, things I didn't personally buy to resell, things that I think have a market. It might not be that moment, and that's kind of this thing we're getting into now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a person and a place and a home for every item. I really and truly believe that. I rehome vintage. I sell people their childhood memories back most of the time.
It's
Let's-
helping the people find.
Let's talk about what I think I know the item you're going to talk about here if I ask the right question is
Okay.
what was the coolest one that you found that also brought in a ton of money?
Oh.
I know
But
which
what was
thing
the
this
coolest?
is.
What was the coolest one that you've done recently?
It was a tiny autograph book.
That's the one.
That's the one. I bought it merely for the cover. I was going to use it for a photo prop for my Etsy photos. You know, put a cute coffee can in front of it, old book,
Gotta stage your
darling,
photos.
charming stage photo. Things go away for more faster. However, when maybe
How
3
much did you
weeks,
buy it for?
I purchased it for 50 cents on the Sunday half price day in the
Wonderful
estate sale.
prop price.
Cute little green autograph book from the 1930s. It, however, didn't get used until the late 1950s, early 60s. Turns out it belonged to a child who was an extra on the Lassie set. And the filming next door was the Donna Reed show, and there are autographs of many celebrities in there, including Margaret Hamilton, and she signed WWW, the Wicked Witch of the West. That was her most valuable signature. Also, Lassie's paw print was in there. That was
Of course.
super amazing. I was
could you
way
not?
more excited about that. But I didn't even open this for 3 weeks because I just bought it for a prop. I
So
thought,
then
oh.
what happened with
Then I put it on eBay and just started it at $40 and let the bidding run, and it sold for $402. It was amazing.
50 cents.
Amazing. 50
Amazing.
cents.
to 400?
And a very nice gentleman who runs an ice cream company in New Jersey owns it now, and I hope he's still really happy with it.
$400.
Yep.
Amazing.
I mean, I guess if you're in Hollywood area, that's the kind of things you might run into at an estate sale or
It
something
was.
like that. Is random old
He
celebrity
had
things.
lived here as he hadn't even been working in TV since he was a child, but he
Wow.
kept his memorabilia, and that's what I buy and sell.
I would, and also we're about to get into our topic here on toys, but I would like to point out, and I'm occasionally guilty of it. I'm like, oh, mom can just like sell something really easy, like it's no problem. But she spends a lot of time. You have to keep your reputation on eBay good. You have to keep your standing good, so you have your 100% or 99% positive feedback. And that sounds easy, but it's not always. You have to craft a good.
It's because people are dicks.
Yeah, I
sale.
thank you. I was gonna say that. Thank you. You can say that for me.
You have to like when you're on Etsy, you really have to be part of like communities.
Very
and, like,
social on
part of
Etsy.
the social, like
You take
there-
part, you chat, you convo.
Yeah, but different.
Different
selling
vibe
event-
completely.
Different venues have different
Nothing,
mediums for communicating.
nothing post 93 on Etsy in the vintage.
And different rules. All right, so the thing that sparked this whole idea was a friend asked you did a commission with you.
Yeah, did a commission.
Consignment, sorry.
We both had, I did a consignment. We split the commissions, paid the fees, did the thing. Sometimes
You moved a lot of the stuff for them.
moved a lot of stuff. Huge box of stuff became a tiny piece of leftovers, which was great. And sometimes there are things that I'm sure are fabulous things and that they will go and go quickly. This was one of them. It is the
Star Wars animated statue of C-3PO and a Jawa from Gentle Giant Studios.
beautiful mint in box, only ever open to take the photograph. It went around 3 times on eBay. Differently written ads, differently placed items, different categories. There's no market for it. Even I did my research on it. Other people, there was one other going by at a much higher price. It had just been sitting there. It had been relisted many times. It's a wonderful thing. This summer is not its summer. Somebody out there wants this, I'm certain. They might not want it until November,
It's also marked promo.
or they might want it in January. That's what they're going to spend their own Christmas money on for themselves.
The
Yeah.
company or the sculptor behind this,
It's a defunct company.
if I remember correctly, is a guy named Shu, who's really talented. So like,
I
it's
didn't
surprising
see a sculpt
that
name
do
on
they
it.
have the name on
I don't
it?
think
I
they
don't
do
think
that.
so.
Yeah, he was.
I checked. There
He was
no
really
sculpt
good. He
name.
did a lot of the animated stuff, so he probably did this one as well. I
Oh,
don't
and
really
there's
know.
it's a well done item. It's just hasn't found its person last 3 times around.
But it was surprising to me that this
I
didn't
thought this
sell
would be the first thing.
versus all of the other things that did sell.
So let's take this off the screen. So
Yeah,
how do you find, like, do you find when you're selling stuff, like not only toys but other things, that, like, obviously, like Halloween related things, people are going to be only looking at Halloween, but it seems like by then it's like by the time you get it, it's already mailed, then you're missing Halloween. Like, is there a better time? Like, is Halloween stuff, do people
Halloween
look early?
Yes,
like,
they do. Real collectors look early. Collectors who are going to be buying items of quality look early. For instance, I have a stunt corpse I'm going to put up for sale this year.
Doesn't everybody?
Of course.
Sure, it happens.
You know, my stunt corpse, I'm ready to part with it.
I am. He's been a good corpse. He's been friendly. We've had many conversations. It's time for a new home. So he's going to probably go up in the 3rd week of September for a 7-day auction, or in person on Facebook in a Halloween-related group.
Right.
Because these are specialty buyers. There's no point in throwing a giant net out there when you know you're only looking at 7 other people.
Right.
So that will give me time to sell him, close the auction, either deliver or ship him, and they will have him for the entire season. And forever, hopefully.
But I'm sure you
But
can
things
also
are
make
very seasonal.
last minute sales near Halloween. I'm sure a
Oh,
lot of people
absolutely.
are buying that week thinking,
I don't want those people disappointed. I close my sales the 2nd week of October. At the end of the 2nd week, I just stop with the Halloween stuff because it's not going to get to them and they're going to be angry.
So for
And I don't need
toy-related
that.
stuff, do you think it's November because of Christmas? Like, people are
No,
buying for Christmas? Or
well,
is
people
it...
are buying for Christmas, but the ones who are buying for Christmas are really only buying the hot new toys that year.
Right.
The new things, those are the Christmas buyers for that. People buy vintage and toys seasonally. Okay, Christmas toys, Easter toys, 2 months before the holiday. 2 months before the holiday for anything.
you mean when you're getting decorations out?
When you're getting
Well,
decorations
especially
out.
Christmas kind of stuff.
Okay, dishware, for example, serveware. It doesn't sell any time of year well. The big platters, giant spoons for salads, pitchers, sells in October because people want it for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It's a
Things I
very
wouldn't think
seasonal
about.
market. It's a retail calendar.
What about this? When does this sell?
Oh, I don't know. I feel bad for him. I thought...
So you had several Warcraft
So
figures. to
I
sell.
did. I had 4 or 5 Warcraft figures. They were all monsters or wizards or so forth, except for, I believe he's Archelon.
Sure.
Well, I had Bro Bearmantle. He was sort of human, but no one wanted this poor human. They just wanted the monsters, and they sold easily and quickly.
Interesting.
And they're great figures. They have a lot of fun accessories. He was the same price as all the others. No one wanted him.
Isn't that
So
fascinating?
again, as soon as the movie breaks and people are excited about it, selling toy-related items that are even, say a movie is filmed in New Zealand, even New Zealand items like for Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, as a movie breaks, sell them, keyword tag them then. That's when those things happen.
But I mean, it's the same problem we have with peg warmers.
Yeah, it's a window.
It's the case packing and the issues of companies not knowing what's going to sell, whether they're
Yeah.
not doing research or not making a quality figure, whatever the reason is.
This one looks like it was kept outside. Does that have anything to do with it?
No, I don't think so. It's been dusted. I took really clear pictures of everything.
It doesn't look so dusted, but you know,
It's
that's
been-
okay.
It's less dusty than when it arrived. I dust again when I ship, so.
Totally fair. But you have some examples of some other stuff that you do deal in.
Things that are less seasonal.
Something we don't really ever
Things
get
that
into.
are less seasonal, still sort of toy related. And people see board game parts at estate sales and so forth. You're not buying them for the board game anymore, you're buying them as art. This is
True. There's some fantastic
an
art out
antique
there.
Michigan rummy game.
That's
Great
actually really
Halloween decoration with a black cat in the middle of it.
cool. So it's also about advertising.
It's
'cause you
about
may
advertising. It's about
not advertise this as a board game necessarily,
No.
but focus on
home
the art
decor,
aspect.
Halloween, Michigan buyers.
If I were like going through someone's house to get like their stuff out for a sale, I would have probably thrown that in the trash.
Exactly. Chutes and ladders, really old one, falling apart. However, sell that to a crafter and they have 110 little squares to make awesome things out of.
Oh, that's and see, wouldn't have thought of that.
Wonderful stuff.
Trash.
George's throwing
You're coming to
all
my house
away.
to clean. This one's a great graphic
the heck's
piece
the
that a
pen to?
designer would love on a wall.
I could see that framed. hung
Yeah,
up
framed
somewhere.
on a wall. What a great
I
piece
see
of
that.
art.
I don't know what a Bantu is, but it looks
It's-
pretty cool.
It's a board game from Africa.
That's amazing. This like
It's a 1950s piece, and
belongs
it's,
at a tiki party.
it does.
It's kind of cool.
Not trash. I'll let that one. I'll allow that one.
Yay!
Oh, this one's
we found
allowed.
the winner. It's allowed. But those are the kind of things like this are seasonless. I can sell this kind of a thing any time of year.
Nice.
Or, who would this guy be calling him? Say it, George. Say it.
Wow, these are rad. What
I
is
knew
this?
you'd like that. Those are gumball machine backers. The toy that was on the card was the Warriors of the Universe.
Who does
And
all
there were
Warriors of the
little,
Universe?
little guys in capsule
That
toys.
is not He-Man and Skeletor. Just
No!
It's
Isn't
not
it?
He-Man or Skeletor.
Sure it is. If
Bale
you're
and
4
Skeletor.
years old at the grocery store in
Yeah, you don't know the
West
difference.
Covina, that might be what you wanted.
You're like, yeah, Warriors of the Universe.
And those are
Hey, Spy Monkey, I see some color variants coming up for your line. Look at that Skeletor guy. Not Skeletor at all.
oh, they can call it
Yeah,
not
see?
Skeletor.
And that one
The
is
Triple
art.
X parody, not
It's
Skeletor.
art. It's toy marketing.
I kind
Cross
of want
marketing
this.
cross marketing for car guys. Collect all 50 license plates.
Oh, cute.
So
And those were vending machine
these
license
are all
plates?
vending machine backers. That
It's like
the
the
thing,
thing that
that
goes
holds
in.
the thing you see in the front and makes you
Yeah.
want to buy it. You know, sell that to a casino item collector. Sell this one to some
maze
scary clown who lives in the
Eee.
sewers.
That's cool.
It's terrifying.
I like magic tricks and jokes.
I'm not sure
Like,
why
that's
this
racist.
one has many of the things.
Can you get a
This
joke?
batch is all pretty much from the middle 1980s.
Ooh.
This one is Scary Varmints, and for some reason has
That's
a
varmints.
jester in the middle. I don't know why the jester is a varmint.
He's scary.
He is scary.
It's
He's
not
the
a
scary-
varmint, though.
It's a varmint.
It's a varmint. Oh God, it's a varmint.
There's no N.
Okay,
Scary
That's why.
varmint.
scary varmint and court jester.
That's amazing.
That one's just terrifying.
These are super cool.
So, and I bought a lot of those, and I don't mean a lot. I mean I bought a lot
lot.
of about 144 of them.
That's a lot of them.
It's a lot of a lot. Haven't even
Surrounded.
begun to go through them. I have a few that I really like displayed in my own hallway at home. Although I painted and I have to put them back up. You've seen those, the Batman
have.
one.
I have.
And they're
George's.
What
Bonding
Year, what year
with
does
us.
this come out?
I
Like, how do you
believe that
know?
one was usually down here in the bottom near there's a copyright.
That
This
one's
one
Hong
just
Kong.
says Hong Kong. It's chintzier than most. Okay, some of these have a copyright year. This one's 1987 for Scary Clown.
That's 87?
Yeah, that's what it says.
That seems very
We can
racist
actually
for
this
87.
this actually brings up a piece of news if we want
I
to
would
do
love
it.
some news.
We do. Also, you can keep that.
Oh, that's
That can be your present.
I'm going to have that. Happy birthday to me.
Oh, and George's birthday has just gone by. You guys
Months
missed
ago.
it a while ago.
The Onel Design,
Yes.
the Glios figures, are now working with a vending machine company
Yes.
to make
In the US.
in the U.S. to make the first Glios related Bitfig, or the first Bitfig Glios related toys
Yes.
as vending machine toys. They should be hitting. They started on the East and
first-
West Coast, and they should be hitting the whole U.S.
Yes.
By the time this is up, they should be
That's exciting.
all over the place in vending machines.
There
so,
is a site, bitfigs.com, if I remember correctly.
I
We'll
think
put
so,
a
or
link in the show
Bit-Fig,
notes.
something like that.
And you can sign up for information, and they're going to have information, I believe, on tracking on there,
yeah, to be able to find out if it's in your area or not.
which is
but
very helpful. Thank you.
Check your stores. Check your Toys R Us's or your grocery stores, things like that. Wherever. There's not
Yeah.
many of those places left, I feel, that carry. I mean, at least not near
I mean,
us.
no, most grocery stores and stuff have
But
that.
yeah, there's a few Toys R Us's that have stuff, and a couple grocery stores. Sometimes it's off in the corner now. It's almost like it's a dying art, I think.
Who else has that?
But check around, and you can check out the new Bitfigs of
Yeah, they're pretty
Glios
cool.
pieces. Yeah,
I wonder what their backers are going to look like.
you could see their backer on that site.
I was
Oh,
trying
there
to
you go.
engage them. Like, oh,
Well,
Them,
you could
those
go
people.
look and check it out. I'm excited. I don't
And
know if they're
this
going to
is
be
a timeless
25 or
thing.
50 cents. I don't know what the.
I'd pay $1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they were $1. Like, I mean, not cool, but. I mean, it'd be cool if they were 50 cents, but I mean, I understand if they're like a buck.
Profitable.
Like,
Yeah.
'cause they're
Yeah,
little, they're cool little
course.
figures. I don't know what the prices are though.
Are they gonna? Which kind of machine is that? Is that like a gotcha or a
The regular gumball
regular
machines
capsule?
like these, regular
like a
capsule
2 1/4
machines.
capsule?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think, as far as I
Two and a
know.
quarter.
I haven't seen them yet as of this taping, so maybe by the time this airs, we might have some. I don't know.
I bet if you follow your Instagram, or possibly my Instagram.
As soon as I find them, I'll be buying them, and I'll go back with all my quarters from Comic-Con, from our vending machine that we brought.
See how we work that out? We have a vending machine, then we use those quarters for other vending machines.
Exactly.
Smart. And laundry.
And sure.
Can't forget
Waste
laundry.
your quarters on laundry.
So I guess this all came about, and I thank you for all the information. I think it's very interesting.
Very welcome.
Oh, let's see this.
I find the topic somewhat interesting because there is a relatively large subsection of people that over the years have purchased things specifically thinking that they will increase in value. And now that's not necessarily a bad thing in itself. Like, I'm talking specifically about toys. Lots of things. Let's even go back to like Beanie Babies. Those clearly did not have the value that people thought they were going to have 20 years later.
But if you sold them right then and there,
You might have made a few hundred
That's
dollars.
the
You might
key.
have made
Hit
a
the
few.
window.
that's the key.
high
Is
point
just
window.
sell it right then. Like, sell it when the thing is out and hot, and it's the time when you feel like, oh, I want to keep this for a while. Like,
Don't hold anything
just
too long.
just sell it.
Now, I'm
Just
not.
get rid of it.
But the thing is, I'm not advocating necessarily flipping things.
Flip it.
I am. I am.
I'm more of a person. I personally believe in spending my money on things that I want in my life, or to give to my people that I enjoy having things in their life. It's interesting, and I mean, we see this a lot because we just came off of Comic-Con not too long ago, and obviously that's a huge thing at Comic-Con. So I'm kind of curious from you guys. You can leave a note in the comments or emails. Like, do you guys buy things with the intention of like keeping them in the box and maybe selling them later, and thinking, well, and if you do, how long do you hold on to things? Because generally I've seen, especially with newer toys, maybe 2 to 3 years would maybe be max
Would be on
Of
the
keeping it?
outside.
of newer I'm talking about
I
things made
am
in the
too.
last 10, 15 years. I mean, there's a whole other category for, let's say,
Yeah.
like vintage things, like a
Yeah.
tin robot or something. That's
But say a flipped
Completely
Mattel
different.
toy.
sure. Okay, now a Mattel toy, let's say you bought it, maybe like George's Spock Riviera car, the Hot Wheels, and maybe you look at it and you're like, this is not as impressive as I thought it was.
I mean,
Maybe you want to sell it because you
the
didn't
time
like
to
it as
sell
much.
it would be the week you get it. At
Exactly.
That
For that
Yeah.
kind of
There's a
thing.
Right.
small window for those things.
point. I was just on a couple weeks ago. I was on the Marsham Toy Hour,
Good show.
and Gary was talking about his experience going to the Funko party. They have that after party
yeah.
thing for
That thing's supposed to be crazy.
and it costs like $120 to get in or something like that. You buy tickets, but when you get in, they give you a box, and in your box is, I can't remember if we said 3 Funko Freddies are in there, and the Funko Freddies are not figures that are sold anywhere. They're only given away at things like this. So he's telling us about the 3 he got, and he got like He-Man and Sting and somebody else. So he got Sting the wrestler, which he didn't care about, and he ended up giving it away to like one of his friends that was a wrestling collector or something, or someone he knew like in the hotel room he was staying at or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone he didn't really even know, like just like here, I don't want
have
it.
it.
Like
Yeah.
he doesn't want it. He like, what does he care? It's worthless to him, so it doesn't
So it's
matter.
gone
Yeah.
from his
So
hands.
as he's telling us the story, I'm looking it up on eBay,
Oh,
No.
and it had just sold that same day for $400.
What?
I was
Oh
like,
my
dude, you
God.
just gave this thing away, and he was just like, yeah, like, and he didn't care. Like he wasn't like, oh, I missed out on like.
Yeah,
He
you
didn't
to
wanna
him,
sell
it's
it.
Yeah,
like
never feel that way. Just
to
if
him, it's like
something's
a
gone-
toy he didn't want.
Yeah.
And he's not a guy, the kind of guy that's gonna like buy things he doesn't want just to flip them. Like
Mm-hmm.
he'd rather give it to someone that wants it and is gonna make them happy, And
I'm with him. I like that.
I think it was a great attitude to have, even though he just lost out on $400. Like,
Oops.
He didn't though.
but he
Somebody
didn't.
else.
Yeah.
Somebody
And
else is happy with
and
it.
he had a great time, and he, the money he paid for his ticket, he felt like he got back in the things that he got, so
Yeah.
he was fine with it.
What do you think about people who, not the people themselves, but the idea of, I know a lot of people will go to a show like Comic-Con or another convention or whatever they go to, and they go because they like certain things and they want to capture, get certain pieces or whatever, but they might buy a couple exclusives in order to flip, probably pretty quickly, in order to pay for or offset the cost of the trip.
You know what? Like a lot of people out there are not into flippers. They're not into the people who buy
I'm not
stuff
saying you
to
need to
resell
advocate
it.
flipping.
I advocate flipping. I am
I
fine
do
with
too.
it. I am 100% okay with people that flip things.
I'm one of the people you just described.
Because
Okay.
those shows are expensive to go to, and they're a pain in
Yeah.
the ass.
Yeah.
And if you know what, if I went through the trouble of going to the show and I can get this figure, and someone else wants it, well, you know what? My trip was expensive.
And there's
so,
a person in
Premium.
Boston who didn't have to pay the airfare or fight to get into that show, who desperately wants that thing and is
That's
willing
true.
to pay 3 times the price you paid, or more.
yeah, like, and if
And
it's
they're really happy about it. You're doing them a service. You're paying for your hotel room. It works.
yeah, to not have to, like, if there's one exclusive you want from Comic-Con, and let's say it's a
Oh, yeah,
$25 figure.
It's just the one.
For you to go to Comic-Con, you're gonna end up spending $3,000 to get
Yeah.
this $25
Yeah,
figure,
so not-
or
So
you go
pay
to
the $100 on
eBay
eBay.
and you go
Yeah.
get it for $100. Like,
Yeah.
it's the flipping people. The people that do the flipping are valuable to the community. They're also making the value of if you're the guy making the product, and someone is able to buy your thing and flip it, it makes your value go up because
It does.
then it shows that people want your thing.
It's true. Demand.
Some people think like, well, yeah, but don't the people that want it, shouldn't they be the ones getting it right off? Well,
They don't
some
always
of
have
them-
access.
Some
Yeah.
of them can't get to the show, especially a show like Comic-Con, where you can't even get in. So
Even if they fly to the West Coast, they couldn't get into the con to buy the thing.
now there's people I ran into at Comic-Con that I think are total dicks, who are like, there was that one, I showed it on my episode of the Comic-Con
Correct.
recap with the Dark Crystal piece.
Yes.
I figured, you know what, I'll just go to the line when it lines up in the morning, and I'll just say, are you buying this one? I'll find someone that's not buying that, because you can only buy one of each item. Find someone that's not
You're
buying
talking
it.
about the Hasbro line?
No, this is the
Oh.
Funko line.
Oh, sorry, Funko. Sorry.
I said, I'll find someone who's not buying it. I'll give them the $25 or $35, whatever it is, to buy the figure. And, like, I'll walk with them as they go through the store. I'll stand outside. And then when they exit, they'll just give me the figure that they
Yeah.
bought. I figured, no big deal. Like, the first, 5 or 6 guys, I'm buying everything. I'm buying everything.
Oh.
I'm like, really?
Oh.
Like, what? Like, I mean, I get it.
Well,
like,
and-
you want to pay for your time, I guess, but, like, wow, these people were, like,
Plus,
complete
you
dicks.
had to do that because they wouldn't let exhibitors or professionals purchase from that line.
That's true.
I don't know about that
No, they
in
wouldn't
their
this year.
line or not.
No.
Because if you stood
Certain
outside,
lines you can't do if you have a professional or
Well,
if you have an
an
exhibitor.
exhibitor.
Exhibitor badge,
Funko
yeah.
was a no exhibitors.
okay, so I wouldn't have
So,
been able to
you
buy it
wouldn't have-
anyway.
At least on preview night. Preview night, most places are non-exhibitor.
Well, you had to line up for the wristband anyway
Yeah.
for that.
Oh,
so.
right.
Yeah.
But luckily, I found someone who was nice enough to be like, "Oh, I'm not buying that. Yeah, give me the $35."
Yeah,
And he went
So
and picked
thank
it
you
up
to
for
that guy.
me. Yeah. So I don't know who he was. Just some
That's the
stranger
kind
that
of
was
people we're supposed to be
lingering.
at cons.
But yeah, it was. So flippers are good.
Also, Toy Karma people.
And
Yes.
also
I've-
hard to deal with at the same time. Because if you're the guy who's waiting for that thing and you
Fellow
really want
fans.
it, and you go to the show and you go to try and get it and it's sold out because some flipper bought one of everything, then it sucks. Like when you're on that side of it. So I see where
does.
I see where it's frustrating. But as someone who makes something, I would love if my stuff was flippable. If the things I'm making were selling for a ton on eBay, because that means people are going to come buy them when they're sold.
It's true, and they're going to look
It's
you
a
up
thing.
and see what you have.
Yep.
I would love that. That's a great problem to have, I think. And the only people that seem to complain about it are the people that have that as a problem.
All right, so George wants to be flipped, everyone.
So flip me off every time you see me.
Wait, I don't know if that's what you meant.
Is that what I'm saying?
I don't
I
know.
don't think
I
that's
don't think
right.
so.
Is
I
that
think
what this
that's wrong.
conversation's about?
I think
No.
maybe. I think you maybe
Left
summed it
turn.
up.
I think so.
Anyway, I thought it was kind of an interesting thing, and I like your idea that everything does have a home and a person that wants it. It may take time to find its home.
It may take, for instance, eBay's a very short window and a very fast market. Etsy, however, is a 4-month per item market. Things go slower over there. They take longer. Sometimes they don't even settle into a home for 2 or 3 years. A thing can live in a store for a few years.
true.
And if you're maintaining that thing and you truly don't think it has a home, donate it to charity. Find a kid who loves that thing. Give it a home, because you need to keep inventory fresh. You even need to keep vintage. This sounds backwards and like an oxymoron. You need to keep vintage inventory fresh.
Fresh vintage.
Fresh vintage.
vintage.
It's a thing. New things in your booth, new eyes on your store.
Fresh vintage. Hashtag fresh vintage, everyone.
Yep. That's
All
actually
right.
a hashtag already.
Of course it is.
I'm just saying.
Well, with that, I think we'll bring this to a close. What do you guys think? Do you keep your toys in the box and you're going to sell them later? That's your retirement fund? Or
No.
do you take them out and play with them? Because that's what we do.
Or buy 2 and do both.
Hey now, no. Well, no, you can buy 2. I always advocate buying 2.
Buy 2.
Buy 2.
Always
And
buy
then
do
take
both.
all of them out and play with them.
Crash the cars into each other.
That works too. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. Don't forget we don't really have a lot of we don't really have any notes to share on toybreak.com, but you can follow us and all of the places that you can find Toy Break around the web at toybreak.com. You can also email us, info@toybreak.com. You can call us, 818-AM-I-GOOD. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/toybreak. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/toybreak. You can follow us on other social media at Toybreak. You can follow me at Aileen Gaspar.
At George Gaspar on Twitter and at Couch Crouch on Instagram.
Sorry, I always try to go
I know, I got
I'm sorry.
2 of them. It's stupid.
Take your time.
I got a street name
It's okay, I do too. It's good.
because I'm from the streets, yo.
Yo,
I
cred.
think you have to do that.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
you
do
didn't
that.
yell. Janice Doherty, at Janice Doherty on Instagram, and also on Etsy, Lou Albies Vintage.
You can follow her for interesting finds, Skywatch pictures, and squirrel poetry.
And taxidermy.
Thanks for tuning
All
in,
kinds of
everyone. We will see you next time right here on Toy Break. Bye!